Greetings to all of my amazing Pisces. Hi, Pisces, cross watchers, customers, members, subscribers, non-subscribers, and viewers. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to get into a general timeless reading for you. Take what applies to you, leave the rest. And these readings, whenever you see it, it's meant. That's when it's meant for you to see it. And I'll just make a few announcements. For some of you all, you have emailed me for your personal readings, and please be patient because I'm doing them one by one, getting to each person, spending the time that I need on each particular reading. Some people require more information than others, but that's what I'm doing. Also, for those who have been inquiring about my cat meowing, I could spend 24/7 with him, feeding him, rubbing him, playing. As soon as he see my attention somewhere else, then as soon as he sees that my attention is somewhere else, that's when he really wants it. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much time I spent with him. He is an adopted cat, and so he is very clingy. Some people just assume that a cat is going to be very nonchalant with its owner. That's not true. Some cats are just as clingy as dogs can be. So he is, it could be connected to the fact that he is adopted and he's just finally getting all of this constant attention and love and things like that. But he is fine health wise. He's been checked out. He's fine health wise. He's still very young. So he's, still getting used to getting all of this love after being away from his natural mom. So he is very attached to me though. So yes. All right. So hopefully that clears up some things. I just asked you all to hit that like, share, and subscribe button as you come in to the reading. Let's see. Fire truck's out early this morning. All right, so let's see for my Pisces. What is going on with my Pisces? Page of Swords. What I tell you. So wait a minute. Hold on. That's the other thing that I meant to say. Okay. Pisces. You got the Page of Swords here. Someone emailed me and asked, why do people keep showing up in our readings from our past? You're going to have to realize, Pisces, sometimes some of these people, just because you walked away and let people go, that does not mean that they actually have let you go energetically, physically, emotionally, whatever, right? So, this could be people who lurk around your job. This could be people who lurk around your home. This could be people who are trying to keep in contact from your past, who are trying to keep in contact with people who you're currently interacting with to just get updates on you, on your life, your progress, where you work, are you in a relationship with someone or are you single? If you are dating someone, who is it? Is it a man? Is it a woman? What do they look like? Do they have money? Are they like, so you will be surprised how much I pull from these readings when I see them. And I'm like, Pisces, you may have walked away and people are acting like they don't see you. They just don't want you to see them watching you. That's all that is. They don't want you to know how invested they truly are in your business. Okay, so you do have someone who's very curious about what you are doing, what you're working on. They're not getting news in real time. So some of the news that they have been receiving about you has been delayed. They're trying to be patient with the process. This is someone who you've inspired them in the past, whether you realize it or not. They could have significant air placement. Also, they're very calculating, though. They may be brushing, like downplaying how interested they really are in you. So they may be telling someone like, oh, I just was wondering how they're doing, things like that. But really, desperate to find out what's going on in your life, okay? Where you live, where you work, if you're in a relationship, if you're in contact with your family, do you have pets? Do you drive? What kind of car you drive? They would love to have all of that information as soon as they ask about it. This is someone who does not want information to be delayed when it comes to you, okay? But for some reason it is delayed. It may be someone, they're calling someone who has current information about you and the person just hasn't called them back yet, or the person who they currently are talking to is kind of hesitant to reveal too much because they know they shouldn't be doing that. When it comes to your life, they know that this is someone who they shouldn't be releasing that much information to. Give me a little bit more clarity. Yeah, they're curious about something pertaining to you. This is someone who wants to know what's new in your life, what your new plans are, your new ideas. Are you having success, victory? What your mental status is like. What are you talking about? What are you keeping to yourself? Are you in a good mood, or are you kind of, standoffish? What you look like visually. This is someone who is like, they could have significant air placement. This is someone who, there's some sort of bond that you all share, okay? It could be a romantic bond. It does not have to be, though. This could definitely be someone who shared a heart, that your heart chakra energy at one time. So this could be a platonic friend, but someone who you cared a lot about, or they cared a lot about you. You all just went your separate ways at one time. This could be an ex. It also could be a family member, someone who, saw you grow up and at one time loved you, but for whatever reason, you all do not keep in contact. Let me see what else is coming out. The Empress. Okay, so this is someone who has found out, they've heard some good things about you. This also could be someone who you have children with, or they wanted to know something about a pregnancy, okay? Something about your kids. They may be inquiring, if you do have kids, something about your children. This could even be someone who is talking with your children, trying to get information about you. Oh, how's your mom doing? How's your dad doing? They want more information than what they're letting on. They're not, someone could be questioning your children a lot. So maybe you do need to kind of ask your children, have people been asking about you? Something like that. This is someone who has been in a stuck space, though. It's hard for someone to move on from you, whether you realize it or not. Let me see something else, Pisces. Yeah, some information that they got about you, it was something that was, it made you look very strong, very courageous, brave, confident, right? And so somebody see you as a strong person, a person who's going to say what's on your mind, right? Somebody who is not, you know how to control your anger, you know how to control your words, things like that, what you let people know about you, what you let them see. So someone is having a conversation about you with someone else. This gives me the energy that whoever you're currently in contact with, in some area of your life, Pisces, they're keeping someone from your past informed in some way. Whoever this is feels stuck. It's hard for them to move on. You have the World card here. This is someone who watches you a lot, okay? They want the information to come in quicker, but it's not. And they're angry about that in some way, or this could be frustration. This is someone who feels rejected by you, or they feel like they should have paid you more love, more attention or something when they had you. This is someone who feels like you don't want to have anything to do with them, though, Pisces. Someone who you have energetically moved on from, and you have no desire to have a restart with them. But this is someone who wants to share some sort of good news with you, or they want to be a part of any good thing that you have going on in your life right now. But this is someone who feels like when you were offering a cup to them, that they were so busy focusing on so many other things. Could have been family situations, past relationships, something they were focusing on, where they weren't really too focused on you. You did not have their undivided attention. And this is their biggest regret. This is why someone is kind of standing back watching you, because they feel like approaching you is not going to bring them the results that they actually want. They've tried to be strong and move on. They have been honest with themselves about why things are the way that they are. If they were lying to themselves before about something, they're being very honest with themselves about how they really feel pertaining to you. Why are they so interested in what's going on in your life currently? They do want to know if you're married, if you're single, if you have children, if you don't have children, what your relationship is like with your children. This is someone who wants to know every aspect of your life, but I'm out to be nosy, Pisces. I want to find out. They're talking to someone. This could be someone who, if they approach your children, maybe your children don't even know that this person is a family member, or this person is, that's if you don't have a good relationship with your family. Maybe your children were very young when you kind of distanced yourself from your family, or your family sort of, like pushed you out or didn't want to be bothered, and now you've moved on with your life and have no desire to have a connection with them. They want to have a connection with you. That's what this is giving. It's like somebody really rejected you in a big way, and now you have moved on energetically. I don't see you looking back. I don't see you. You're letting things come to you. You're letting people come to you. You're letting opportunities come to you. And someone see you actually being in some sort of empress energy and vibrating in this world card. I don't know what type of success or achievement or some sort of accomplishment you could have recently had, but whoever this is aware of it. I'll say the signs: Gemini, Pisces. Gemini is very significant. It's the first three cards here. Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, Aries, Taurus. Let me see something. The Moon card is here. Yeah, this is definitely someone who kept a lot of secrets from you, and they're regretting that. Pisces, someone wished that they would have been more forthcoming or open with you when it came to what they know. This is someone who wants to come out of the darkness into the light with you. They don't like the fact that they even have to lurk around where you live. And when I say lurk, this is somebody who watches you from afar or watches you through a third party, but they don't like even having to do that. They want to be more open and forthcoming, but this is someone who realizes how they made you feel rejected. This is somebody whoever this is, Pisces, they rejected you. So if this was a romantic connection This is definitely someone who paid attention. They made you feel like you were one of many. They paid attention to a number of people. You were not the only one. This is someone who wasn't happy with just one person. This is someone who needed attention. I do feel like they had loose ends from either a previous relationship, or something was going on where you were not getting their undivided attention. If this was family related, someone just made you feel like this could be your own mother with the moon card, because that could be feminine energy. This could be your own mother who act like everybody else, your other siblings, were so much more important than you, and now you don't want to have anything to do with her, because of how you all's connection has always been. Now she wants to have something to do with you. Something could have happened with the other siblings or something like that. But she wants to have she wants to have a connection with you now, but she know what she did. She know how she always put you on the back burner for everyone else. And now you said, okay, fine. I'm not important in your life. You're not important in mine. I feel like you're giving, and this, to me, this is not intentional energy from you. I don't get that. I don't get you like tit for tat. This is, if I'm not important, I'm just moving on. And somebody just wanted you to sit there and feel unimportant. And you were not willing to do that. Once you saw your worth, your value, you said, you know what, it's okay. I'm not important in your life. Well, it's not okay, but I'm not important in your life, so I'll move on with my life. And now they want to show you how important you are to them. Let me see something else. Everything that's, yeah. So Pisces, you felt betrayed in the worst way by this person. This person is someone who you could have found out a lot of things that they were saying about you. This is someone who is connecting to someone who they want to connect to, either your children. So this is where the red flags are coming in with me, Pisces. Because if somebody betrayed you in the worst way, why do they want to connect to your children? Because to me, this is giving, if I can't have a relationship with you after betraying you in the worst way, I'm going to force myself in your life, but I'm going to do it through your children. This is, to me, like, now this reading has taken a turn that I really don't like, because to me, this is very invasive. It's almost giving narcissistic control. If I can't control you and you won't just sit there and feel ignored in my presence and not appreciated, I'm going to, if you don't want me in your life, I'm going to force myself in your children's life. So this could be someone who's secretly going behind your back. So make sure you have some open communication when it comes to your children. Or maybe this is someone who you know that they have a connection. Maybe you and your children or your child don't have a connection, but now all of a sudden, since they couldn't have a good relationship with you, they want to have one with your child. This to me is giving narcissistic parent or narcissistic ex-partner. This could be someone who you had children with this empress energy. They didn't want to have a good connection with you or the children, or your child. But now you don't care whether they are living or dead or coming or going. Now all of a sudden, since they can't have a connection with you because of how they betrayed you or how they left you feeling, they want to have a connection with someone who's very close to you. And so for those who do not have children, let me tell you what else I see. This is someone who will try to get close to anybody who's close to you. It could be your parent they're trying to get close to. Maybe you don't even have children. This is someone who's trying to get close to your parent or close to your supervisor, a coworker, a neighbor. They will literally try to befriend anybody who is around you, just because it makes them feel like they have some sort of power or substance in your life, whether you know it or not. This is the reason why people be showing up in your reading, because Pisces, they don't care when you're around, but then when you leave, all of a sudden they go into stalker mode. They can't let you go. They want to They watch tarot to find out what's going on in your life, any new opportunities, new love. Then they want to lurk around where you at. They want to see you in real time. If they don't know where you live, they try to figure that out through people who may have some sort of access to your new life or something. Let me see. What's the lovers here? Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is someone who wants to rush in. They feel like they have to make some sort of dramatic interest into your life. Um, someone has found out that you're doing just fine without them. Someone knows you're doing just fine without them. This could definitely be someone who thought you would crash and burn once you left them. Someone, I really get the energy, Pisces. This is someone who did not value you when they had you. And they thought you walking away was going to be, oh, I don't care if they walk away. They don't have any support. I got their whole support system on my side. I have people giving me information about them. I have their friends, I have their kids, I have their family, I have their parents' ear, I have their neighbors on my side believing me, I have their co-workers believing me. This is someone who felt like with you not having any real support system was going to be, I almost feel like this person wanted you to regret walking away. That's the energy I'm getting from this. I could be wrong, and you're more than welcome to leave a comment. But I really feel like this person thought that they wanted you to regret leaving them alone, walking away from them. Let me see what this Empress is. Ace of Wands. They've heard about some sort of new situation in your life. This could be a new job, new movement. There's a whole city, town, village, state, something back there. Someone has learned something new about your status. Again, someone around you is keeping them up to date, or this could be they saw you out and about, but instead of them coming up to you saying something, they could have gone into, oh, I saw this person get in their car, let me follow them. Or, oh, I saw this person out here and there. This is not somebody who wanted to physically approach you. They just kind of wanted to sit back because it gave them some sort of boost of confidence of, I see you, but you don't see me type energy. Why is this? Let me see something. Let me see. Let me see. Why is the Hangman here? Because they felt stuck. The Magician. This is someone who's been trying to use the gift of gab to bring. They've been thinking about you a lot, and they have tried to manifest seeing you or something. So if they saw you, Pisces, you are not going to know. This is someone who has gone to either where you live, or they have seen you maybe moving around out and about around town. Either you live by water or they live by water, something like that. But they've seen you, they just didn't feel comfortable approaching you because this person know that they betrayed you in a worse way by doing something, a lot of gossip, spreading rumors, just not really showing up for you. Look at how this person has all of these swords and they're still on their phone. This is someone who betrayed you in the worst way and thought that you would never survive or you would not make it out of that. So for them to see you doing fine without them is devastating and alluring at the same damn time, because it's like, damn, I did all of that. I said all of, when this person thought this is literally someone who kicked you while you were down. They thought they had everybody in their pocket or everybody. Maybe they did. Maybe, because all of these swords could definitely represent a lot of betrayal and words that were spoken about you, done to you. So this is definitely somebody who felt like they were the winner in something. Okay, you don't want to just sit here and be ignored or disrespected. How dare you have some confidence and walk away, Pisces? So I'm going to, show you how much you're not valued, or how something. But I do feel like this is someone who did not expect for you to have any sort of success without them. They do know about, I don't know what this is that's new in your life. The Ace of Wands is here. Something that was presented to you there, somebody's keeping them up to date about every move, and that's what I don't like, because this is a whole manipulator. The Magician is here. This is a feminine energy who is getting information about you, or they're getting it from a feminine energy. They could be a masculine energy, but they could be getting it from a feminine energy. It could be your mother, or a mother figure, somebody who has children, or someone who has like they're like seen as a mother figure. Like if they don't have kids, they're seen as like a mother figure, someone who takes care of a lot of people. Maybe they provide for people or something. Maybe they give people jobs, or they give people clothing or food or something. Um, but this is definitely, they're connected to someone who keeps them up to date about your every move or any sort of changes in your life. Let me see. Why is this Strength card here? The Six of Wands. King of Swords is the Hermit. And the Seven of Pentacles is clarifying. The Page of Wands. What the Pisces. This is someone who has watched you have some sort of like public recognition or be victorious. So they want you to see them happy too. They want you to see them on some sort of public platform being supported by many. So if you went through some sort of happy moment in your life where you were getting a lot of support and you bounced back after a lot of disrespect or abuse or just betrayals, this is someone who now they want you to see them doing well. This is a tit for tat like type person. I do see why you walked away, because sometimes I feel like Pisces will cut off a connection too soon before it really has the opportunity of going anywhere. But I see why you cut this person off. They're Pisces. I don't even like to use the word narcissist anymore, because so many people use it for so many different reasons, and it doesn't even apply to every situation. But to me, this is total. You came in contact with a total narcissist, a grandiose narcissist, somebody who they make connections only to benefit them, but they convince people that it's, both people are benefiting from it. And they're very good at what they do. This is someone who's charismatic. They're the Magician. So they know how to transmute a negative situation to something positive. This is someone who could be, putting in some like, oh, I'm just so happy for them and I love them so much. Really, it's to make people let down their guard and give, so people will give them information about you. I see you're in hermit mode from this person, and you're totally okay with being that way. You don't give a shit about what level of success they got, what level of, you don't care about it. It doesn't matter to you. You're like, as long as you're not around me, I don't care what you do. This is the reason why I'm saying this person needing to, they're trying to connect with, if you don't have children, they're trying to connect to anybody around you who will bring them information in real time, because they feel like you will not accept them. You don't want to have nothing to do with them. You're totally okay. You've gone through some sort of like awakening yourself and like had a lot of wisdom. When it comes to a lot of information, you could have found out information about how this person really was, could have even been delayed to you. Knowledge about who they really are could have even been delayed to you. Maybe you even went against your own better judgment or your own intuition when it came to someone. The Seven of Pentacles It's definitely someone knows what you're investing in or the seeds you planted. Let me see something else. Mm. So this is someone who wants to be. They want to make an offer to you. If they feel like you're stuck in any way, they're going to try to make an offer to have some sort of new beginning, new start. Oh, this is like someone is watching you in a situation. Look at how the horn just blew. Look, Six of Pentacles, one more Pentacle, Seven of Pentacles. Look at how that played out. Hang one over here and over here. This is someone who has watched you. Pisces. So whoever this is, they are invested into you more than you would ever know. They just don't let people around, anybody who they come in contact with that knows you, they don't let those people know how desperate they really are to get information about you. So you got somebody who got loose lips around you. You got somebody who got loose lips around you. I don't know who this is, whether it's Six of Pentacles is Taurus energy. Seven of Pentacles is Taurus energy. Taurus could represent the second house, how you make your money, which one, but this could be somebody on your job or somebody who has something to do with your finances and what you invest in. But somebody got loose lips. They're keeping someone too informed about your personal business. And this is someone who betrayed you in a horrible way that they seem to be cool with, or whoever this narcissist is has convinced this person that they are friends. Oh, girl, let's go. Oh, that's my friend. That's my daughter. That's my mother. That's my... They have some sort of connection to you that they told this person about. And the person is keeping them informed about your personal business. Any sort of progress. This is ridiculous, though, because you would think now with all of this information that's readily available that people would move different. Like, I don't like, for me, when I come in contact with people and they start asking me about, other people, I don't have the need to tell. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure. Because I don't know what your real meaning. You come in contact with that person yourself. Why aren't you asking them? Why are you asking me? You're in contact with them. You see them every day. Won't you ask them if something is going on? Ask them. So if they, to me, I don't want to be that kind of person where I'm just telling someone's enemy all of their business, and it could put that person in harm's way. Because whoever this is that got loose lips, to me, they're not saying how serious something really is. They're literally keeping someone up to date that did you extremely dirty. So I have all these swords. I feel like this person either betrayed you a number of times, or they got a number of people to betray you. So this is not a friend. This isn't real family. This isn't somebody who truly loves you. And regardless of, they do have the gift of gab, though. But somebody around you is keeping them informed and has been bamboozled, hoodwinked, or whatever. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Pentacles here. You may be working on something. They want to get you. Look at how it's three people in this card here. Three people in this card here. Three of Cups, Three of Swords. Cancer, Aquarius energy. Someone may be talking about, they're telling someone all about the good times that you all had. But they're sort of manipulating why this ended. Why you don't want to have nothing to do with them. They're downplaying it as the Five of Swords when really it was the Ten of Swords. They're leaving out Five Swords, something that they did to betray you in the worst way. They're leaving that part out. They're just making it seem like, oh, I just only said this, and Pisces is still holding on to it. They won't let it go. But they betrayed you in a way that they were hoping you would never come back from, and they're leaving that part out. So they're manipulating, again, being with the gift of gab, with the magician. They're manipulating. So who is this person that's next to you, Pisces? I need to know this. Who is this person that's next to you? It could be a Cancer or an Aquarius. There or somebody with Cancer or Aquarius energy that's running their mouth, that is, got information about you. Current information about you. Who is this current person? They could have significant Cancer or Aquarius placement. Who is this other person? Who is this other person? Who is this other person? The Empress in reverse. OMG. So Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Pisces, Pisces. At the bottom of the deck, the Six of Cups, Scorpio energy. Whoever this is definitely from your past. This Empress has faced they've gotten either abortions or had miscarriages or something. This is a part of the conversation that they've had with this person. I don't know whether maybe you got abortions or had miscarriages, and I send my condolences to you if you miscarried. And I'm not the person to judge you about any sort of abortion, because I'm not your uterus. I'm not the king or queen of your uterus or anything. Okay, I think it's even weird when people look down on women who get abortions, but yet they don't even support their children who are living. You understand what I'm saying? To me, it's giving, I just need to put your business out there, and I need to make you look bad, even though I don't support your children that's living. The children you did have, I don't support. I don't do anything for. I don't speak highly of. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I never showed up for them. I never will show up for them in a positive way unless I feel like it's going to get at you or hurt you. But yet I'm tripping off of the kids you didn't have. That's when I see people revealing people's information about, I'm like, you didn't live in that person's shoes. You didn't walk a millisecond in their shoes. I'm not about to judge no woman who make choices on her own. So someone is, whoever this Empress in reverse is, know your Empress upright. And it's something either about the Empress in reverse could be a person who has lost children or lost a child or something. And they're partying with someone, or they have a close connection with someone who's around you, and they're only telling them the Five of Swords, but they're not telling them about the Ten of Swords of the level of betrayal. They're downplaying their actions in something. This is someone who wants to come back from your past. The Fool is in reverse, Aries energy, Scorpio energy upright. You had a lot of people. This is a power struggle. This is a power struggle. Someone who, you've had to pick your battles wisely, but this is someone who wants to have control over how people see you. And if they can't control you, they'll control how people interact with you or see you or something. Aries again, Four of Wands. Yeah. Let me see something else, Pisces. I want to see something else. If this is a romantic connection, so just say if you and this person were romantically linked, right? Let me see what, just say if you have children with them, or, because they're definitely, this is total stalker. If I can't have a connection with you, I'm going to have a connection with your children, your co-workers, your neighbors, your mom, your dad, your somebody. Like total narcissistic energy. And people are falling for this. Someone who is currently in your life is falling for this. They actually connect with this person. They may go out and party with them, drink with them, or something like that. And they're discussing with this person why you all had a falling out, but they're leaving out 5 whole swords. They're not telling the truth about, to the extent of why they did something or how bad they made it for you in your life. The lies they told, the deceit. They're not going to the 10th power with it. They're keeping it at a 5 because they don't want someone to know how destructive they have been in your life. It'll make them look bad. They may be using the fact that they had an abortion or a miscarriage or lost a child as a sympathy card. This is someone who manipulates their words or manipulate people through like something that's going on. Read on the Empress in reverse. You'll see what I'm talking about. Let me see something. Here, so it's here. Insecurity, infertility, lack of confidence, lack of growth, overbearing tendencies, disharmony, and negligence. And another tarot deck, it speaks of miscarriages or something. It may be in this one. Let me see. This one speak on reversals because I got so many tarot decks and I done read on so many cards. So it's not this one. It's another one. Okay. So it's another one. Okay. But yeah, this is someone who, they're not telling the full truth. They're only telling a partial truth. And that's why people believe them so much. It's like all they have to do is tell a partial truth. And everybody else is just hanging off their every word. You know, everyone is just like, oh, well, they told the truth about that part, so they must be telling the truth about everything. This is someone who betrayed you really bad. They're leaving all of that out. They're downplaying their level of betrayal to you. So they could even be trying to make you seem bitter, like, oh, they need to get over it. It wasn't that bad. But this is someone who wanted to see you completely, like, unalived. They're not telling someone that because I feel like a lot of this could be 10 years that have gone past and now the anger has dissipated and they know how bad it'll make them look if they speak the truth about something. Pertaining to what they did to you. I feel like you're totally okay with being a hermit mode, but this person wants you to see them being successful publicly because they feel like you are successful publicly or something. They want to know any sort of investment. They want to have anything to do with any sort of investment in your life. They could even be, so if this is job related, they could even be telling someone what to do pertaining to your opportunities. That's how this person it's like they need to feel like they got control over your life and somebody is giving them this information or they're giving them something pertaining to you. Emotional intimacy. I'm afraid to truly open up to you. Being raw and authentic with my emotions is something I'm still working on. They're not even emotionally mature. They're not. They're afraid of intimacy, like being raw and open, because being raw with you means that they have to reveal too much about what they played a role in, and they're not ready. They're not even telling somebody else the truth, the full truth, bits and pieces of it, but they're not telling them the full truth. Let me see what else. This is definitely somebody who wants to come back and offer you something. They want you something. They're trying to have some level of success publicly because they want you to see it. This could be something that they want to have success on the news, or they want to have success on the internet, or they want to have success. They want to know, they want to have some level of success where you will see it and you will almost regret not being in their life, or you'll regret walking away from them or something. I feel like there is no regret. You're too wise. You know what this person has played a role in or what they've really done. So I don't feel like anything that happens in their life, may it be good or bad, you don't care anything about it anymore. This is like giving obsession. I'm not trying to be funny neither. Like, this is like giving obsession energy with you. Like, somebody is really obsessed with what's any sort of pride. This is somebody who's afraid of you being too successful without them. So if they can connect to people on your job, if they can connect to people in your community, in your family, and these, who the fuck are these raggedy ass souls that's keeping this person, like somebody around you is keeping them updated on your current situation. Concern, 33. They could be lying, saying they're concerned about you. So I'm going to tell you too, somebody gave them information and they realized too late that they shouldn't have shared something with them. This could be an older gentleman. Somebody may be like, damn, they learned something that this person is a manipulator. And they learned the truth about them, but it was after they did something to you or shared something. This could be someone with double Gemini placement within their natal chart, like in their big threes. They may have a Gemini rising and a Gemini sun, or Gemini moon and a Gemini rising, or Gemini sun, a Gemini moon, something. They have a double Gemini placement. This person is concerned because they know that they were used against you in the wrong way, or they shared too much information about you to the wrong person. They only found out something after the fact. This could be an older person. Somebody got white hair or something like that. Poverty is in reverse. Someone's talking about your humble beginnings too. Where you were, how you turned something around in your life. Also, somebody played a role in wanting to see you in poverty. Somebody wanted to see you back where you were, where things didn't grow. You were held back. You were in a bad situation. Someone felt like, this is a person who felt like you were doing too well without them. How dare you be successful without them? They got somebody to play a role to affect your money, your finances, your success. This is somebody who's in competition with you from afar, but they're using people. This is a stalker. I hate to say it, you got a whole stalker from your past. Somebody who keeps tabs. They use either the police. They could be married to the police. They could be in the police department, or they could be because this is like an authoritative figure. Somebody who has either connections to authoritative, or they have some sort of high status or something. They could be a manager. They may be in telecommunications. Listen to the horn. They could be in telecommunications with all of those swords representing words. Somebody knows, they have a way of getting a lot of information about you, but they're concerned about what they did because they were lied to and they found out after the fact. This person is a magician. Whoever you cut off, this narcissist, they go in very quick. They're very charming, charismatic, likable. And they get people to give them whatever they want, information about you. through their connections. They could have connections with law enforcement, connections with higher ups, other managers. This could be business owners, real estate, something. They got connections in ways that people trust them quickly because of their status, and they use their status to keep tabs on you. This could have been for 10 straight years. You moved on with your life, but they've stayed in the darkness or hidden beneath the surface so you would not see them, but they could see you. Look at how these two people got their backs turned, but there's a dark figure coming from up under the depths out of the water. Yeah. This is someone who they always doing stuff behind your back or keeping tabs on you behind your back through the people that's around you. They're talking about some sort of poverty situation. Soon as they found out that you were escalating or getting to a point in your life where you would be doing well, they try to harm that. It's because you don't want to have nothing to do with them. They're not saying that's the reason why they are spreading rumors about you or betraying you. They want you to be in poverty constantly, because you not being in poverty makes them feel like a loser. Even if you're not paying their ass no mind anymore. House. Second house. This is somebody who wanted to see you either homeless or closed out of a community, or they may live in a gated community. Or you live in a gated community. This is someone who has watched where you live or somewhere you used to live. Or they either have returned to where you used something about where you reside or how you're living. A Taurus could be significant too. Gemini, Libra. But they lack emotional maturity, though. Whoever this is, they come off like they're so on top of things, but they're not. Main female, again, second house. First house, Aries energy. Second house, Taurus energy. Main female, main male. This could be somebody who is married or somebody who you were married to. If they are not married, maybe they are a widow or a widower. It's like these are counterparts. There's a man and a woman connected to sharing your information. This is someone who see you as a leader in some ways, but they don't want you to be seen as a leader. They want to be a leader. Any sort of progress you've made, they see it as a threat, even though you've moved on from them. This is someone who rejected you in some way. They rejected you, and you moving, and you said, okay, I'm not about to sit here and feel rejected. I'm moving on. And when you moved on, it was a threat. It was like, shit, where are you going? Let me keep tabs on who may help you, who you going to befriend, who may like you. Let me, everywhere you go, I need to know so I can spread these past lies and rumors. I'm going to cover up what I've done, but I need to expose something about you to get people to turn on you. This is a whole nutcase who have become obsessed with you. Unexpected income is at the bottom. Occupation. Your saving grace is going to come from something that you choose to do that's very creative. You're going to get support from people who are supportive of your creative natural nature, of who you naturally are. Let me see one more thing, Pisces. They are going to eventually approach you like they want to offer you something. This is someone who, they may have masculine and feminine energies watching your home or something, but somebody is in total regret. They found out something too late, like they were used in a negative way, but now they're no longer needed because they did. So it's like somebody around you was told something and they were used to, because they needed, they got information about you that was useful, or they did something to cause poverty in your life or some sort of loss. They realized it after the fact that they were being used in the worst way, or they were lied to, but they were discarded, or they're no longer needed, or it's like, okay, fine. Okay, now you know, who cares? We got what we needed from you. We used you the way we needed. Someone else has been, this is somebody current in your life. This could be a man and a woman. Aries, Taurus energy here. Cancer, Aquarius, Libra. Let me see something else. I know you don't feel the same. Yeah, somebody know you don't feel the same about them. They know you don't feel the same about them. And that's the reason why they don't feel comfortable approaching you. Because they feel like you're going to be like, oh, no, I'm good. I don't want to have no connection with you. We don't need to exchange numbers. We're not friends. I don't see you as family. Or I don't want to, you know, restart something. So this person's only way of having a connection with you is by going behind your back and having connections with people around you. Again, they want you to see them being in some level of success because they feel like you had success publicly without them. They played a role in, I don't know what you lost, I don't know, or what you had to let go of. They played a role in it. Something that a rumor they put out or something they said. This could be connections that they had to people on your job or something. This is illegal behavior though. That's why they sneak and do it. You've been wondering why people keep showing up in your readings from your past. Pisces, you've moved on from somebody who's not moved on from you. Physically, energetically, in no way. They do not want to see you be really successful and get to another level without them. You really need to do a cord cutting when it comes to people from your past, like a real cord cutting. And I'm not judging you because even I haven't done them the way that I should have done them. And that's why certain things still played out in my life because I was taking it very light. But these are people who totally became obsessed with me. And I didn't even know it. I didn't find out until years later after homelessness, you know, what they really played a role in. And yes, they were connected to the police. Yeah, in my personal life. So y'all think in these readings I don't be knowing like what's really going on? I do. I promise you I do. Let me finish out your reading with a message from the universe. And don't think because somebody is driving a nicer car than yours, or they got a husband or a wife, or they have a more of an income that they will not stalk you. They definitely will, because their only success, their only claim to fame is you not having something. You having something makes them look like the piece of crap that they really are. So they need you to be in a situation where you're doing bad, because it makes them, that's the only way they'll look halfway decent. Okay. All right, so let me see. What is this? The King of Swords. Yeah, truth, Libra energy. Some of you all have significantly replacement. You're very structured. And this is someone who knows that about you. Someone is very threatened with you knowing the truth or telling the truth about who they really are. When people have found out the truth, usually it's too late. They've already gotten what they needed from people. Information about you, whatever. They pretend to be people's friends so they can get whatever they need about you. And then once they got it, the friendship sort of dies out or the connection dies out. But as long as that person has access to you in your life, they'll befriend them. As soon as that person no longer has access to you or something currently in your life or is no longer willing to share information, that person is discarded. So you're dealing with, you had a whole narcissist in your past who got a lot of power, clout, connections, and they've used it in the most diabolical way to keep information about you pertaining to your jobs, your family, your friends, your kids. If you don't have kids, just people around you, your neighbors, communities, where you live, where you're relocating to, everything. Yeah. Whole nutcase. And people helping them. When you hold on to the past, it stops you from living in the present. Release old hurts or worries or regrets. Commit to being in the here and now. Forgive yourself for where you think you may have been wronged. You deserve inner peace. Let it go. Yeah. That's why I said, Pisces, do a cord cutting. Do a serious cord cutting. Because these people are showing up in your reading. You keep saying, I'm tired of people showing up in my reading. They're showing up in your reading because they haven't let you go. Their energetic bonds to you should not be this strong. It shouldn't be. These are whoever this person is a stalker, and they don't seem like someone who has, they're not planning on letting you go as long as they have people around them who's going to give them information about you or keep them up to date. They're not going to let you go. They're not. They're obsessed with you. Whoever this is they have a weird obsession with you. And they lie to people about what really happened. They're only telling a half truth, and people are like, oh, it wasn't even that serious. This Pisces is over exaggerated. They're overreacting. If they told people the truth, the illegal thing will step into play, and people will be looking at them with a serious side eye. They can't have that. They have their reputation at risk. They at stake. They can't have that. So they need to downplay the betrayal that they bestowed upon you. They gotta downplay it. They can't tell the truth. They're only telling partial truth. So you need to let something go. You need to do a cord cutting with these imbeciles or whoever this is from your past. You need to really let this person go, because you had a whole narcissist in your past that has never let you go. They keep showing up in your readings because they have not let you go. They're keeping in contact with either your children, your parents, your neighbors, someone around you on your job, something. People are keeping them informed because they may be very charismatic, or they're, fun to be around. They're a party person. You had 3 cups up in the air. This could be someone who they hang in like the area where there's a lot of like parties or events going on. This could be an event planner, or maybe they have their own club or something like that. They could have a lounge. It's something. Maybe they just go to the lounge a lot. They go to the club a lot. They do something where they interact with a lot of people, or they just go out a lot. But people see them as charismatic and fun. And they use that to get information about you. Any sort of so-called coincidences where they happen to meet someone who it's not a coincidence. They've stalked you to find out where you work so they could connect to your bosses, so they could connect to your coworkers, so they can connect to your employees. So they can, oh yeah, let's go out, let's mingle, let's talk about this, This is them wanting to give a business card to somebody who has connections with you. and go out with them, you know, so they can kind of have their little updated information. Once they one thing I saw in that reading was once they get what they need from people, they really emotionally detach. They almost discard people once they get what they need. They need information about you. And they'll downplay how serious something is. So the person will let down their guard and give them information about you. You know? Because now it gives them an opportunity to know what their next step needs to be. What your next, somebody around you is loose-lipped, way too loose-lipped. I don't know whether this is someone you got children with. Maybe you all raise your children together. Maybe this could be a so-called friend who you saw in the past as a friend, but then you saw them and you found out they were a real enemy. But they have, you moved on. They haven't let you go. I'm just telling you. So it's time for you to let the past go, meaning you need to do a cord cutting so you can live in the present moment. This person has tried to block finances in your life. They tried to block new opportunities in your life, okay? They want you to regret walking away from them. They want you to feel like nothing is going to work without them. And in some ways, they have made that happen. They have been around people who could have opened doors for you or given you opportunities, but they didn't based on what this person said. You know, whoever this is do want you to see them having some level of success. They've watched you have success publicly and it ate them up inside. They want you to see them having some level of success publicly because they're hoping it will bother you. I don't feel like you care either way. This is someone who you've emotionally or physically moved on from, but you need to cut that energetic cord. Forgive yourself for where you think you may have been wrong. Okay? You deserve inner peace. So it's time for you to let them go and let anything that's pertaining to your past and where they are connected go to. Okay? Sorry for all the fire engines. Something happened down the street or whatever, but it is what it is. All right. And I will talk with you amazing Pisces, cross watchers, cuspers, members, subscribers, and non-subscribers another time.